Does anybody here like oxycodone? Yeah. I got 120 for $5. Let's just pass them out and party. No, actually, I stole them from a senior citizen. It's okay, he had Alzheimer's. I told him, no, you ate them. Everyone always wonders, what happened to me? How did I end up on crutches? And honestly, I was trying to teach my Thai wife how to drive. I should have known it was a bad idea. The only thing she's ever driven before was a water buffalo. Actually, what happened was, I went to get married in Thailand, and I saw her mom for the very first time, and I said, "You're not going to get fat like your mom." She beat the shit out of me. Thank God her family stopped her. Until she told them what I said in Thai, then they beat the shit out of me. Look at the bite marks. Actually, what happened was, I fell 75 feet off a cliff, and when I hit the bottom, I died. I was brought back to life by my girlfriend, but I was so broken up, I couldn't believe it. I felt like Rocky after his second fight. I don't know what happened. I was up there. Now I'm down here. Everything hurts. Adrian! So they helicoptered me to the hospital and they gave me a 12-hour surgery to save my life. I was stuck in ICU for 2.5 months on morphine. I was higher than Snoop Dogg. You could get high drinking my piss. Which I think some of the nurses might have done. Everything was going terrible, and then it got worse. I met Fat Finger Don, the man who took my virginity. This man broke my behymen. If you can't tell by the way I walk, it still hurts. So I finally get off the medication, and my doctor comes in and explains what's going on. He says, "You fractured L1 and L3 of your lower lumbar spine." I'm like, "Doc, I've been on morphine for 2 months. I don't know what you're talking about." Plain English. He goes, "You're fucked. And your dick's not going to work." What was about my dick? "You're going to be confined for a wheelchair." No. The part about my dick? I always had faith in my best friend. I knew he would come back. And fortunately, he did. I called everybody. I even called my dad, and I'm like, "Dad, my dick works." And my dad over the phone goes, "Hey, everybody, my son's dick's working." "Dad, where are you?" "Oh, I'm in an office building." "They know about my dick?" "Oh, everybody knows." Yay! You kind of just go, whatever. I'm happy. I got it back. And so I learned how to deal with having a disability. But going out there, everybody treats me different. Everyone thinks that I'm deaf and unable to do everything. I hope you feel better. You too. How do you feel? I feel like you look like shit. What's wrong with you people? So I had to learn how to do things differently. I learned to try to get out of my wheelchair and use the crutches more often, which presents more problems. Have you ever gone into the bathrooms where they're on motion detectors and the lights turn on as you come in? I'm in the stall, doing my business, got pants down to the ankle, the light shuts off. Damn it. I'm waving my crutch in the air, I'm trying, nothing. So I wiggle out, come out, and I'm waving. I'm just like this, pants down. A guy walks in, the light turns on. The light wasn't on, I was trying. Do you need help? No, I don't need any help. I wipe myself, God damn it. So, I don't know why, but everybody seems to think that they can ask me anything they want. I'm at a party, and this guy comes right up to me in front of everybody and says, "Does your dick work?"
Not really.
"Your wife seems to be pretty happy." And he goes, No, I was just curious. And I'm like, I heard that about you. And he goes, no, I was just wondering. And I'm like, yeah, wonder why your kids look like me and they're smarter than you? Dumbass, get that away from me. And you get people like this all the time. You don't know what to say. I went to a restaurant with my wife, and she speaks very broken English. In fact, her English is more broken than me. And so they come up, and they look right at me, and they look at her and say, what does he want to eat? I think he wants to have a hamburger, and I don't know. And she's looking at me for help, and I'm like, no, you started this. You're on your own, bitch. Fuck you. You know, that you bring on your own problems, you get to deal with them. So finally, I go ahead and I'm out in the dating circuit. I've gone past a certain point where I'm like, okay, I was with the same girl 7 years, now I have to learn how to date from a wheelchair. And so I went out and I found 2 very attractive ladies and I started talking to them. And sure enough, there's the question. So, does your dick work? Yes. Bullshit. You want me to show you? Yes. So I took her in the handicap stall and showed her. I showed her what those grab rails were for.